Good morning. Um, Here another day. Not much has happened in the last, I don't know, month maybe since the last kind of video I gave you. One thing that has happened is I got distracted with that. Sold the enduro bike, bought a trials bike, tidied it up, and have rode it for the last couple of weekends. So not much car progress. This hasn't been out yet. That is still paperweight, but we did get the bits that I ordered from China, which would be this ribbon cable, and then that, which lets it go from the 40 pin ribbon cable to individual screw-in terminals. So although not as neat as the standard size connector, we were having bad connection issues with the standard connector and ended up taking it completely off and just wiring everything just insulated right up to the end with heat shrink straight onto the board. So first things really first today is turn all that spaghetti into those terminals, get that plugged in and test. Another problem we've got is that one broken stud there, so I'm going to try and weld a nut to that and get that pulled out. Well, today hasn't quite went as planned so far, so everything was kind of loosely mocked up. Got the ECU there, it's all been pulled apart, all the wires out of it, because there's some sort of short happening, which didn't happen the last time we used it. This is a new problem. I'll try and show you what it's doing here. So you'll see if I press the syringe, it should get map, but we're also getting throttle position too. It seems to be shorting out somewhere. If I touch that area of the board, it does that. I have no idea what's wrong with it, or how to fix it. Pull it out. There's more focus. Aye, hit it with a stick welder. I've really no room for any of my good welders here, so they're all in work. But yeah, that was actually a bit of a pain. Had a few nuts on it and they all snapped off. Give it a really good beating with a hammer once I got that one on, and it came out. So the garage needs a good tidy up. Got sort of shit lying everywhere from the last couple of projects. Need to sell those wheels. They're advertised. Whole pile of junk from the Z-Tech, the other Z-Tech engine, which Andrew's picking up. Bunch of old turbo bits from a Volvo. If anybody needs them, give me a shout. B230. Clutch and flywheel from a 2-litre Z-Tech. But this is the newest addition to the garage. So the keen item, most of us would have noticed there was a 2010 gas 300 enduro bike there before. it wasn't really getting the use that I'd hoped it would get, and everyone has bought a trials bike recently, so I felt a bit left out. So I sold it, bought this 2006 290 Sherco, and it is super clean for the air. Look at that. Now, I've it is ridden, so it's not as clean as it maybe was before I started riding it, but it's got new tires, front and back, Michelin's, rebuilt the brake calipers, front and rear, new pads, all bled up, new mud guard, fresh stickers from eBay, and they're actually a really good job. Forks were serviced, new seals in the forks, shock was cleaned, carb was cleaned, all that kind of stuff. New gear oil. I think that's it. Chain's still in pretty good nick. Sprockets are still good. Shock still has good damping. Took the spring off, had a wee feel at that. I have ordered a white spring for it. I'm like 95 kilograms, so it feels a wee touch soft, but not the tidiest welding. But the exhaust is real cracky, real loud, so I cut it apart. Going in a bit blind actually, and had to cut a bit more at it than I really should have done if I knew what I was doing. But got it all cut open, repacked, and welded back up, and it sounds much better. I had it out last Saturday, and last Sunday, and it was sounding much better. Did pull the valve off a tire last Sunday, or off a tube, so the rear tire is now tubeless. Tomorrow will be the first ride for that. Hopefully it holds up, but other than that, it's just all sitting cleaned, filter cleaned, coolant changed, and ready to go. there's actually been one fairly big development that I forgot to tell you about. We've got lights. You can actually see what's going on. So that's it. To recap, we have big one, the cage, steering alignment, and just geometry. I don't even know where it is. I don't know what's good. I'm going to be reaching out to a couple of friends that have had experience of these cars and raced them. So we'll hopefully get some information on that. So had to try and see if we could test the diff some way. It's the only responsible thing you can do when you put a new limited slip in a car is try and make sure it works. And I can tell you, it works alright. Still remains to be seen what it does closer to the limit, but for throwing a donut or two in an empty space, it's pretty good. The car, all in all, no issues, nothing that would sort of make you cringe or anything bad. Picks up really good, air fuel ratios look great, which is something I thought we might have had to tune out a bit because of the change between the 1.8 and the 2 litre, but honestly they're sitting exactly where I'd want them to be. Once the racing starts, I'm hoping there'll be a lot more driving, so try and get some more cameras set up for a few more angles, see if we can get some help on the day of the hill climbs and sprints to get some outside of the car footage and try and get a bit of excitement going. Cheers for watching.